She texted during my father's burial, "Quit the theatrics." He was ancient anyway. Staying out late, hitting the clubs, I responded, "Have fun." Then I cleared out the house while she partied and left divorce papers on her pillow. When she staggered in drunk at 4 a.m. to an empty home, I, 36, male, was standing at my father's graveside when the message came through. My wife, Lauren, 33, had left the funeral for a work crisis an hour earlier. Dad had just been laid to rest. My mom was weeping into my shoulder. My phone buzzed. "Lauren, still at that gloomy thing?" Stop being so dramatic, he was old anyway. Staying out late, hitting the clubs with the girls, you need to snap out of this sulking already. It had been 3 days since my dad died of a sudden stroke. 3 days. My mom noticed my expression shift. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" "Nothing, Mom. Just work stuff." I typed one word. "Have fun." Then I made a choice that had been brewing for months. This wasn't the first time Lauren showed no empathy. But mocking my father's funeral? That was the breaking point. My cousin, Mike, 39, was there. He runs a moving company. I pulled him aside. "Mike, I need your truck and crew now." "Now, man?" "We're at Uncle's funeral." I showed him the text. His face darkened. Okay, what do you need?" "Everything that's mine out of the house. Today, while she's clubbing, done. My guys are free." Was going to give them the day off for the funeral, but they could use the work. My mom insisted I come to the reception. I made excuses about needing to handle Dad's estate paperwork immediately. She got it. Dad was always the business first type. By 2 p.m., I was at the house with Mike and 4 of his crew. Also had my sister's husband, Ethan, a lawyer, on speakerphone, drafting emergency divorce papers. Here's the thing about Lauren. She never cared about what was mine, hers, or ours. Most of our furniture? I bought it before we married or inherited it from my grandfather. The TV, gaming consoles, kitchen gadgets, all purchased by me, receipts in my name. Even her beloved cocktail collection was stored in my bar cart, a gift I bought myself for my 30th birthday. The movers were precise. My grandfather's dining table, Lauren always called it too vintage anyway. The living room set I bought with my first promotion. My entire home office, desk, chair, PC, monitors, everything. The bedroom furniture purchased pre-marriage, every kitchen appliance except the toaster. She bought that. All my books, records, tools, the 4K TV and sound system. Even the nice linens, a wedding gift from my family. What I left, her clothes and makeup, neatly stacked in a corner. The toaster, her smoothie blender she used twice. The hideous recliner her dad gave us. One folding stool from the shed. Her pictures and personal trinkets. The pettiest move? I canceled the utilities, all in my name, effective tomorrow, and changed the locks. The landlord was cool with it. The lease was solely in my name since I'd lived there 2 years before we married. Ethan had the divorce papers ready by 4 p.m. Uncontested filing, citing irreconcilable differences. Very fair. She keeps her car. She's still making payments, her personal items, and nothing else. No alimony request, since she earns more than me at her PR job. I left the papers on her pillow. Well, on the floor where her pillow would have been if I hadn't taken the bed. Also left a printed copy of her text with a note. Enjoyed my evening handling my father's affairs. Your belongings are in the corner. Utilities end tomorrow. You have 30 days to vacate per lease terms. Don't contact me except through lawyers. Then I went to my mom's. We looked through Dad's old photos and cried together, like normal people do when they lose someone. Update 1. It's been 48 hours since the funeral, and wow. Lauren came home at 4:17 a.m. Doorbell cam still sends me alerts. The footage is her stumbling drunk, trying her key 3 times, then slowly realizing it's useless. The confusion, the panic. Then finding the lockbox with the new key I left for her, Ethan said I had to give her access for 30 days, Her scream when she got inside woke up 3 neighbors. Mrs. Jenkins called the cops thinking someone was being attacked. 6 a.m., the texts started. 67 in 2 hours. The progression was wild. WTF, WTF, WTF. Where's everything? This isn't funny. Bring it back. You can't do this. I was joking about your dad. You're overreacting. I'm calling the police. The police say it's a civil matter. Please answer me. You're being abusive. I'll ruin you in court, called Ethan. He laughed. She can't ruin anything. No kids, short marriage, she makes $95,000 to your $75,000, and you've got documented cruelty during a family death. A judge will toss her out of court. Then came the flying monkeys. Her mom, Carla, called, "How could you leave my daughter with nothing? She has her stuff. And a folding stool. She says you stole everything. I took my property. Premarital and inherited items. I have receipts. She was grieving too. Your father was like family to her." Really? Which club was she grieving at last night? Neon Nights or Club Vortex? Her best friend, Tara. You need help. This is unhinged behavior. What's unhinged is texting, "Stop being dramatic, he was old anyway," about someone's dead father during his burial. She didn't mean it like that. How did she mean it? You know, like, "Stop being so mopey." At his funeral. Well, when you put it like that. Goodbye, Tara. But the best part? Lauren's job. She'd told her boss she needed 3 days off for a family emergency, even got bereavement leave because her father-in-law, who was like a dad to her, died. But that clubbing night, she posted it all on TikTok. Videos of shots, dancing on tables, kissing some random guy. Yup, caught that too. Captioned, "Living my truth." Freedom Friday. Her co-worker, Jenna, who follows her, saw it all. Jenna, who had to cover Lauren's emergency workload. Jenna, who missed her own birthday dinner to finish Lauren's Friday pitch. Jenna took screenshots. Jenna sent them to their boss with the subject, "Lauren's family emergency Thursday night." Lauren wasn't fired, but she got written up and lost her quarterly bonus, $5,000 gone. She tried to fight the divorce filing, saying she needed time to process the emotional trauma. The judge gave her 30 days to respond, but wouldn't delay the initial filing. Update 2, Week 2. The entitlement went apocalyptic. First, she tried to break back in while I was at work. Changed the locks without telling me. Illegal, but whatever. Got home to find the door jimmied and her inside, trying to drag my grandfather's bookshelf. This is still my home. For 18 more days, and breaking and entering is a crime. You can't prove I broke in. I live here, showed her the doorbell footage of her literally prying the door open. The police are on their way. She bolted, left the pry bar. Cops took a report but said since she technically still lived there, it was messy. But the property damage? That's a crime. Didn't press charges but documented everything. Then she got sneaky, filed a restraining order, claiming I was financially abusing her by taking all the furniture. The judge looked at my receipts and her $95,000 salary and dismissed it. But I had to miss a day of work for court. The smear campaign kicked off next. Instagram posts about being abandoned by a narcissist during her time of grief. What grief? She literally posted club videos the night of the funeral. My dad's sister, Aunt Linda, tore her apart in the comments. Grief. You ditched Bob's funeral saying you had food poisoning. Then posted yourself doing vodka shots 2 hours later. We all saw it. You're lucky all he did was take his furniture. Bob would have haunted your disrespectful self forever. Post deleted within an hour. But here's where she really screwed up. That guy she was kissing at the club, he's married. His wife found the videos through a mutual friend. His wife is a director at Lauren's dream company, the one she'd been interviewing with for months. Guess whose final interview got abruptly canceled? The rage texts that night were feral. You ruined my career. That job was mine. You must have called them. I'll sue you for interference. Didn't respond to any of it. Just forwarded to Ethan. Then came the extinction-level dumb move. She tried to sell my dad's tools. I'd moved them from the house to Mom's garage. But Lauren knew where the spare key was hidden. She loaded up Dad's entire tool collection. Some antique pieces from his grandfather, worth maybe $15,000 total. Listed them on eBay. My uncle saw the listing, called me immediately. I drove over with the police. She was in the garage haggling with a buyer. Those are stolen property, I told the buyer. Here's the will showing they were left to me. Here's the death certificate from 2 weeks ago. Buyer fled. Lauren tried to play it off. I thought they were shared property. Cop. Ma'am. You're selling items from an estate still in probate. That's theft. He's my husband. It's partly mine. Ex-husband, I corrected. And no, inheritance isn't marital property. She got arrested. Actually arrested. Spent a night in jail before Carla bailed her out. The charges were dropped eventually. Ethan negotiated that in exchange for her signing the divorce papers immediately. But her employer found out about the arrest. Another write-up. She's one strike from being fired now. Update 3. Week 3. Lauren's life was imploding hard. She couldn't afford the apartment alone. Our rent was $2,200 a month. And while she earned more than me, she had wild spending habits. Designer shoes, weekly spa visits, you name it. Her solution? Move in with Carla. But Carla had rules. No overnight guests, no drinking, church every Sunday, $600 a month rent. Lauren lasted one Sunday at church before she was caught on the church's security camera, sneaking out during service to vape in the parking lot. The pastor called Carla. Meanwhile, my mom was quietly wrecking her in the community. Mom's lived in our town for 40 years. She knows everyone. And she made sure everyone knew what Lauren texted during Dad's funeral. The family nail tech refused to do Lauren's nails for her big work event. The local supermarket manager, Mom's book club buddy, always seemed to be out of Lauren's favorite wine. The gym. Her membership card kept having technical issues every other day. Petty? Maybe. But Mom was grieving and furious. Dad was a pillar in the community, coached youth soccer for 20 years. Lauren's disrespect wasn't just to me, it was to his legacy. Then Lauren pulled her dumbest move yet. She created a fake dating profile. For me, used my photos, my real name, my real job. But the bio? Freshly divorced, seeking someone to bankroll my lifestyle. No fatties? Must cover all expenses. I have mommy issues, and my dad just died, so I'm a mess. A co-worker's wife saw it, showed him. He showed me. I was going to ignore it. But Ethan said no way. This was defamation and identity theft. We filed a police report and sued. Her lawyer, some bargain bin attorney, tried to claim it was parody. The judge wasn't buying it, especially when we showed the messages she'd sent to women who matched with me. I have an STD. I'm actually married. Wanna be my side chick? She was ordered to pay me $10,000 in damages. Money she didn't have. Final update. It's been 2 months since Dad's funeral. The divorce is finalized. Here's where everyone landed. Lauren, fired from her job. The dating profile stunt was the last straw. Living in Carla's basement. Working part-time at a retail store. Owes me $10,000 she can't pay. Wages garnished. Posted about being a survivor of narcissistic abuse. Got 3 likes. New boyfriend dumped her after Googling her and finding the arrest record. Tried to start a life coaching business for women escaping toxic relationships. 0 clients. She sent one last text last week. Hope you're satisfied. You destroyed my life over nothing, I replied. You destroyed your own life. I just stopped softening your landing. Then I blocked her. Carla. Stuck with Lauren indefinitely. Had to put locks on her bedroom door because Lauren kept borrowing cash. Unfriended by half her social circle, appalled by the funeral text. Posted about standing by her daughter through abuse. Comments were just laughing emojis. The flying monkeys. Tara apologized after seeing the actual funeral text. Other friends ghosted Lauren when they learned the truth. Her co-workers started a group chat just to mock her unhinged posts. Me moved into a nice one-bedroom closer to Mom. Seeing a therapist. Grief is heavy, even without the drama. Dad's tools are displayed in my new place. I think of him every time I see them. Got a raise at work? Turns out I'm less stressed without Lauren. Started dating Sarah from grief counseling. She gets it. Mom and I have dinner every Sunday. Mom, still dismantling Lauren through pure community clout. Started a memorial fund in Dad's name. Goes to grief counseling with me sometimes. Said Dad would be proud of how I handled everything. Keeps one of the divorce papers framed in her sewing room. Savage, Mom. Last I heard, Lauren tried to show up at Dad's memorial soccer game. We hold it yearly now. The whole team formed a human wall. The photos were epic. My uncle gave a speech about honoring the departed while staring her down. She left crying. Do I feel bad? Nope. She texted, he was old anyway, while they lowered my father into the ground. She went clubbing while my family grieved. She tried to sell his tools. She made fake profiles. She tried to ruin my reputation. All I did was take my furniture and leave papers where her pillow used to be. Everything else? That was just the universe giving her exactly what she earned. Dad always said, son, when someone shows you their true colors, believe them the first time. I should have believed Lauren the first time she whined about going to my grandfather's funeral because it clashed with a brunch. But better late than never. To everyone asking, yes, I kept the pry bar she used to break in. It's displayed next to Dad's tools with a label, Exhibit A and why I'm single and thriving. Sarah thinks it's hilarious. Mom wants to frame it.